Welcome back to Rubbing Minds, and it's been an interesting show so far, even if I may say so myself. But now we move on to international politics, and to discuss with me in the studio today is Akinwunmi Omogbolahan, and he's a media professional. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
So you're a media professional. Premium Times raid. Serap, NUJ drag federal government, others to UN over crackdown in journalists. This is not the first time that we'll see something like this, but is this a sign of things to come?
No, I think it's long overdue, because this kind of issue is not something that is just started happening. It's something that's been on for a very long time. I think the media should not avail themselves to be bullied, even at this moment, because the media has grown beyond cracking that. Because if you avail yourself to be bullied, I mean, from the angle that you didn't provide more details to your news, people will harass you. I think it's that time people start provide more details to their news.
So are you laying the blame at Premium Times, saying that they did not expatiate their story, they didn't elaborate, so left themselves open to this attack?
Yes, although I condemn the attack.
Okay.
But they should know better, because if you are giving, because they always say there are three sides of story. Your story, their side, your side, their side, and the truth.
Yes.
So if you are giving on the story, if you have provided enough details, nobody will have any chance to bully you or harass you. And I think the military have maybe opportunities to go to court to sue. But sometimes when you are harassed, I think people harass media because they believe that they have the truth, that the media do not have the truth, the real fact. So that's why people try to bully. Because if media actually have the truth, the fact, you can't bully them, because, okay, let's go ahead. Because I remember some time ago, somebody granted an interview to somebody, and after the interview has been published, the person now said, he didn't say this. Like,
he retracted his statement.
Yes, no, oh, thank God I kept the tape. The tape now played twice, like. So that's something, when you try to interview somebody, you have to keep the tape. And again, when you're providing kind of news, you have to make sure that the necessary details are involved. Because you left out reasonable details, people will bully you, you'll be harassed. So
you're saying if Premium Times had done their homework and had done a good job, like in your case where you have the extra story and presented a well-balanced story, then nobody will bully them. Nobody will bully them,
that's the fact.
So why would Premium Times not do what's right?
I think, sources are the means of the news we are getting. If you think your source is very reliable, you might let me go all out. But unfortunately, when people give you gist or scoop, you have to try to investigate that scoop, because that makes my heart to use you. Because in this kind of dispensation, you can see that what is happening in the country now, I always blame media, because they are not being played to the gallery. Because you see some story being scratched on the surface. And that's one of the reasons, like me now, I hardly read newspaper again, because most of the time you're going to read the newspaper, it's already been disseminated on social media.
Yes.
So that's why you have to look at some of the news, like, is it true or not? So you don't even know who to trust again, because if the media are now, they are failed in their own pact, so there's going to be a lot of problem. So I don't think they are, because I remember if you are doing a good job, nobody will harass you.
But nevertheless, you do condemn the attack, because if they're being bullied, doesn't this send a message to other media houses?
But still, people are still going to do the same thing, because this is not the first time the media will be harassed. This is not the first time they will mop up newspapers.
But this is a democracy.
And democracy
this is not the first time.
Democracy doesn't give you the right to start creating kind of a false accusation, rumor that can maybe tarnish people's image, because your democracy doesn't give you that kind of a liberty.
So you're laying the blame at both
sides.
Both sides. One is you didn't do your work properly, and the other one is violence is never the response. Raiding, bullying, that's just wrong.
It's wrong.
If you have an issue, take it to court and get.
Because people can't wait, because they believe that going to court might take a long time. And when a news is being published, people might have read it.
Consume the media.
They won't know what happened next. They don't know.
And they might not come back to that story.
That's why some people, they have the power. Let me use this power to maybe to embarrass the media.
Okay, let's still on the media, but let's move to the United States, with the inauguration of President Donald Trump, we saw a lot of women coming out to march against him. And the question on many people's lips were, where were you when it was time to vote? Why didn't you use that same energy, that same passion to vote a woman and to become the president?
I think it's all part of politics. You know, most of the protests are being sponsored. Okay. Don't forget that, you know.
And the media is also
they try to blow some things out of proportion.
So this is where the media is trying to paint a story that it's not necessarily the full story.
And sometimes when I saw the video, some videos online, I told my wife, like, I didn't believe this video because videos can be doctored.
So you didn't believe that women went out to march, or you didn't believe
they did. What I'm saying is that visuals, there's a lot of crowd.
Okay, so that was manipulated?
I'm just saying that I don't believe in some videos. When I saw video, I can be doctored, because last time before the election, I later saw some video that actually presented Trump, the real interview, not the one they've been edited and give to us, fed to us online. So I was like, okay, that's why I don't believe in visual. Until maybe there's somebody in the back, maybe in the crowd interview, the live report, not like the one that I've seen on social media being edited. So I don't believe in that. But what you said, yeah, when they are doing the election, like I said, most protests are being sponsored. And when it comes to politics, people you thought that they are your supporters, the last minute, you might not even know their stand. So the women, they want to use the women against Trump because it's like a kind of it kind of make some comments about women. Okay, let's use this kind of a statement to tackle him, to embarrass him. I think that's one of the things that happened.
But to what end will this protest be? Is it just going to be a media?
No, you see, it's only going to actually get the fact that Trump has been sworn in. Either you like it or not, it's going to be there for the next 4 years. Why are we fooling ourselves? If you like, you can sleep outside for the next 4 years. It's going to be there. And he has that veto power to say, okay, don't do this. I don't want to see any protest. He has that power now that don't do this. He can say to anybody, so anybody going to challenge him for that. He's been sworn in. I think you should just go into the normal business and just keep their finger crossed and see what's going to happen next.
Okay. So away from America and right in our own backyard, Gambia in the West Africa, there's been this political tussle about the president, Jammeh. You know, he first accepted that he lost the election, then tried to hold on to power, which is something we've seen in Africa, yes, where leaders come out and annul elections, or they want to get power at all costs. But now that has led into other people coming in to make sure that this democracy is carried out. And you think that with what has happened in other countries now, where a leader loses an election and just hands over peacefully, that he would do the same thing. But we're not seeing that. Why is that the case?
You should not forget his background. Jammeh's background. You know, as a military man. Then I think he had the Gambians in his pocket for too long. You know, when you have a kind of you are running a country and the constitution does not give room for somebody after 4 years like us, so that you have a problem. You must start to stay longer than that. Look at Zimbabwe. Mugabe has been there for 30 years.
So is it a constitutional problem?
I'm just coming from that angle. Okay. Assuming the constitution give room. I don't know that he had them in their pocket because after so many years he contested, he won. But did you forget that the world is evolving? It's not like the Gambia of 2007, 2010, 2016. People are trying to expose. As I'm saying, people try to know what is going on with this man. This man is not suitable for us. Let's change. Let's change another person. Let's see what's going to happen.
Like in Ghana, they just had change. So that wind of change blowing from Nigeria to Ghana is now blown over to Gambia.
So I think, another thing, just from my own point of view, is that maybe somebody is like, why do you want to relinquish power? Try to.
So you mean people around him are saying you can still hold on to this power?
I can some of the other African leaders, they say, why? Because they know that the moment you leave, quit, the benefits that's always supposed to get their own side is not going to forthcoming. They want it to be there.